my old tricks, being late. And there's pounding happening upstairs. Wife is installing shelves. I am completely off my game today. Let's see how many people were talking about me being late. Oh yeah, eventually my wooden peeps and stuff. Bennett's here, Paul's here, BJ's here, Megan's here, Chili's here. Janelle, all right, good stuff. Oh, yeah, I just am totally off. Everything just kind of fell apart suddenly as I was setting up this show. I too would like Mike to mention my name as a way of establishing a sense of human connection. No. Marv's back. All right. Okay, so as I was setting up the show to say, like, I'm going live at whatever, and setting up the YouTube stream and whatnot, I realized that my tripod that I need in order to do the show, it's one of the few things that I actually really need. I could do a show with just about anything else missing. Oh, I have no sound. Well, I think that's got to be you, because Marv heard me say his name. So, but you can't hear me say that. So I was missing my tripod was at work, and work is between 15 and 18 minutes away from my house. And I was setting up the show at about 7 after 5. And I went, can I just rig something up to work as a tripod? No, that's going to take longer than actually going to work and getting my tripod and then coming home. So, and then, if you're in a hurry, it's only when you're in a hurry that it seems like nobody else is. And it's just, I'm off. I have to have a beer. Streaming me in the workshop. Hey, right on. Kyla's back. How's the knee? Knee's all better, hopefully. At least mostly, hopefully, better. Beer to start. Ugh. So I am totally unprepared for the show. I think I have most of what I need available to me. And yeah, we'll try to do a big cherry thing. A good year before better? Damn. Well, but then hopefully it'll be better forever. King B, cheers to you. Anybody else having bevies with me this evening? Let me know what you're having, where you're from, all that good kind of get to know each other stuff. If I don't know where you're from, most of you, I think I probably know where you're from by now. There's once in a while, there's some new people or some people that I've forgotten or that only show up intermittently, and I don't think I ever did know where they were from. Chris Pinnell's having an iceberg beer. What is it? It's made by 20,000-year-old water from an iceberg. Or something. I had to laugh. I'm like, all water is the same age. Like, that's a weird thing to say, that this water is it 20,000-year-old water? Like, all water is the same age. It's just all cycles through. Does it mean that it was frozen for 20,000 years in an iceberg and now it's in your beer? Because that's not what it said. It said 20,000-year-old water. They chip the ice off an iceberg and melt it just so they can charge more. I don't understand that. But whatever. Oh, it's all coming apart. I did not want to have to run all the way across town and back. right before my show. I wanted to like get settled in, make sure I had all my stuff. JND is here. He's only dropping in for 10 minutes solo. So let's just enjoy Jax's presence for the next 10 minutes, and then we'll then we'll spin up this hunk of cherry. Oh man, my back hurts again. Not gonna complain about my life on YouTube, because really I've got it better than a lot of people. Mr. Jax, you'll be happy to know that this is the week after I turn this thing. I'm gonna end today, and then tomorrow I am busting up the old shelf, the old melamine shelf that used to live up there where my new lathe tool cabinet is. There used to be a melamine shelf up there, and I'm gonna bust that down and make some forms to pour some epoxy. I'm gonna start playing with epoxy this week. Jax is a big epoxy guy down on his channel down in Australia. And yeah, he does wicked cool stuff, and this is going to be my first go at it. So I'm probably going to wreck it and be pissed off because epoxy is expensive. Looking forward to seeing what I build. I'm going to start with, I got this slab of alder that I'm going to resaw into like serving tray size things with a live edge, and just start with the low hanging fruit so that I can hopefully come out with a win for the first one. Because I think if I try like something ambitious and then I fail at it, I might not try another thing. I don't know. That's my way. My thought process through it was like, just do something simple so that you can have a win under your belt and then build up more complicated. I did say, did I see the serving board short you threw up the other day? I don't watch shorts. I don't know why. But I don't know. Should I be watching shorts? Because I see them come through in my feed and I'm just like, oh, like how much could there be in there? I do not have a pressure pot yet, or a vacuum chamber, but I do have like super long set epoxy. Like it takes 90 hours to cure, which they say is like removes its own bubbles because of how long it takes to cure. But I don't know, maybe just add more like colored powder to it so that if there's bubbles in it, you can't see them because it's dark colored. I don't know. 90 hours to collect dust too. Yeah, I'm gonna try to rig up something that will shield them while they're curing. You heat up the epoxy with a heat gun. I bought a brand new heat gun. Long set is good. Just use a torch to pop the bubbles on the top. I've got a torch too. I've got a propane torch thing, and I've got a heat gun. And I'm picking the low-hanging fruit to hopefully get a win. The wood was free, so that's not a big deal. And I'm just going to try to do like a sort of a 2-inch river down the one side, I think, to start, so that I'm not wasting like $200 worth of epoxy on something if it doesn't work. I'm only wasting $40 worth of epoxy on something if it doesn't work. We'll see. That's the idea. I said this year was the year that I was going to play with epoxy for the first time, and I'm a man of my word. Adding fire to the show, the potential for something happen. I'm not going to do it during the live show. That would be stupid. Well, and it would be boring because the whole the show would be like, I'm gonna pour this epoxy into this thing, and then bye, like, because there'd be nothing else to. Did you smash the mold with silicone to soak that bastard in it? What? Oh, if you don't, you go, okay, yeah, make sure the sealing is good on the, yeah, that's, because if it leaks all over my workbench instead of curing up in the mold. Good call. I got some caulking and random packing tapes and all kinds of stuff. Hopefully I'll make sure that it actually stays in there. Because man, epoxy's so expensive. I mean, I got the cheapest one that I could find, and well, not the cheapest one that I could find. The cheapest one that I could find that seemed like it was going to be of any sort of quality and would be a deep enough pour epoxy is not the art resins that you do like art with. I don't even know how to explain it. Those are like sort of countertop pour ones that you can't pour deep. I mean, I think it's a 2-inch max pour on this stuff. I got all kinds of mica powders and pigments, and I need to get a mixing cup of some kind. You need a special kind of mixing cup, right? Like silicone, or I don't know if it's by weight or by like volume either that it mixes. I think it's by volume. So I should get one that has like gradations on the side. I don't know what I'm doing. I even watched Jax's like 5 beginner tips for doing epoxy pours. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try. Because that's the main message that I got out of that video, was like, just go, dude. Go make things. So I'm gonna. I'm having fun already, though. You guys make me feel better. Can we add fix the stool to the 2022 resolution video? If I don't have a new stool or this stool fixed by the time I make a 2022 resolution video, I'll put it on there for you. Any plastic container will do. HDPE plastic is best. But if it's just a cheap container, you can throw it away. You always measure by weight? Don't they have different, like some of them want to be measured by weight and some of them want to be measured by volume because they weigh different amounts? Like the catalyst and the resin don't weigh the same. So if you went like half as much this as this and you did it by weight, it might not actually be half as much this because that's heavier. Depends on the epoxy if you measure by weight or volume. Yeah, it's a 2-to-1 resin mix by volume, I think. So if I did it by weight, it might not be. But I mean, with the West Systems, with the pump epoxy that I use for glue, it's just an estimate. I'm sure it is, because sometimes I'll just do like a bit of a pump and a bit of a pump if I don't need a whole pump of epoxy. I've never had it not do what it's supposed to do. So maybe that's the same with like pouring epoxy. I don't know. Man, I've always gone by weight. Yeah, I don't think it's really that. You don't need to be that precise, I don't think. But that's the kind of attitude that gets me in trouble sometimes. Yeah, it's close enough. It'll be fine. Yeah, but that's the plan for this week. Carefully measuring it is done to help prevent waste. See, it's like we've never met, Marv. Carefully measuring it. Oh, yeah, the recommendation is to help prevent waste. Oh, I get you. You're 2-to-1 and not 3-to-1. What? Yeah, it's 2-to-1. I got, like, the one is half as big as the other, and it's supposed to all mix together over the course of you using it. So it's a 2-to-1. It's called Magic Resin. It's a Canadian product. And it was the least expensive one that I could find, including shipping and all that stuff, that seemed like it was getting good reviews from people, and people were making the types of things that I'm going to be wanting to make with it. Yeah. Just pour it till it starts bubbling on its own. No, actually, one of the things that Jack said in his video, I think, something along the lines of like, you should wait for as long as you can before you pour it, and then like wait until it almost starts curing before you pour it, so that you, I don't remember. No, it was the opposite of that, actually. He was like, don't do that unless you know what you're doing, because when it starts curing, it'll cure in the cup. Black Forest Wood Company are selling their branded resin now. Oh, look, that's local for me. Okay. Oh, I think you mentioned that on your show when I was asking you about resins, and they're in Calgary, I think, which is close enough. $104 a gallon. What's a fucking gallon? We use liters. We use liters, but yards. And like, come on. We measure things weirdly. I don't know what a gallon is. It's like four and a bit liters. And we use, yeah, imperial for measurement for like lengths and widths and stuff until it goes to a kilometer. And then we change to kilometers. 3.78 liters. Okay, so almost 4. Okay. A pint is a pound the world around. Sure, is that a thing that people say? I don't know. We've talked about the crazy way Canadians use measurements. It's dumb. Like, I'm approximately 6 feet tall, but as soon as you get to like paths, like a football field is an actual measurement, and then once you get to a kilometer, it turns into metric, and you measure in kilometers. But until then, it's a feet and yards. And yeah, liters, but also pounds instead of kilograms. What our speed signs are in kilometers per hour. Do you measure your weight in stone? Yes, I weigh 80 stone. No, I'm a 200 and some odd pounds. We don't do kilograms. I mean, you do kilograms in terms of like vehicle weights, but not people weights, or like, I need to pick this up. How many pounds can I pick up would be in pounds. I'm telling you, it's weird. And maybe it's just me, but it feels like I'm pretty typical in terms of the weights and measures system that I use. Yeah, 20 and something odd pounds. What? 200 and some odd. Well, it's confusing if you're not us, Jax. Like, that's why it only makes sense to Canadians the way that we use pounds, and we use board feet for measuring like wood. Even vehicle weights are pounds in most cases. Oh, but I was saying vehicle weights are in pounds also. I don't know. It's because we're so closely tied to the US, but we're like a Commonwealth country. So we've got some British and some US, and it just kind of mingles into this weird. Using parallel because Canadians want to be Americans. No, we want nothing less than to be Americans. That's not as mean as it sounded. I promise. Don't get into it. It's too confusing. It's a little bit, for other people, it's a little bit confusing. Should we spin up this piece of cherry and see if it can turn into something? Or should we just hang out? I can't even decide. I literally thought tonight was just going to be a hangout, chill, have some drinks, kind of a show. But he absolutely does not want to be an American. We're not going to get into who wants to be who. I mean, other than the fact that Misfit wants to be me, we've already established. Oh, Jax is at work. Okay. Later, man. Have a good day, because it's like 10 in the morning there. So I almost said have a good night, but that doesn't make sense for you. We're not going to talk about the federal election debate. We're not. Considering it's spalted maple, but should we just skip it? Oh, it's 9 a.m. because you're even on the other side of the continent from Chile. So yeah, it's even earlier for you. I don't know if I'm gonna turn. Is that mean? Putting up a post and taking a poll on what people want me to turn and then not doing either of them? We could turn it next week. Well, we can only turn it next week if the epoxy is cured. Because I'm certain once I pour the epoxy, I can't make dust in here for 90 hours. Did I like the cedar? Let's show off the cedar. The cedar's amazing. Paul sent me a couple of pieces of aromatic / Spanish cedar. Smells absolutely fantastic, and it's got like a purple tinge to it and some funky grain stuff, and the pitch or the sapwood on the outsides of both of them, and they're going to become something. For now, I just kind of want them to exist in my shop, because when you like just having these in the shop, when you walk out here, you're like, ooh. It's like after somebody bakes bread, you know? It's like so this one, I don't know if when you sent it, it was cracked though, but this one it's got some pretty significant cracks coming through it. I don't know if that happened in transport and just the change in humidities and stuff or what, but I don't know. This one might have to get ripped. Maybe I'll make some like bottle stoppers or something with it. Like that would be cool to have bottle stoppers that came out of like half and half or something. I don't know. This one might not get turned as it is. This one I think I probably can. But yeah. So that was super nice of him. That's like the third package that I've gotten from Paul Waldrop. What's up with the rest of you guys? Not sending me stuff all the time. You fill it with super glue if I know where to get some. That's true. This is true. I could do that. Did I make a making of for the tool cabinet? I recorded it. I haven't edited it and put it out yet. Let's have a look at it though, because it is finished and complete. Last week it didn't have everything done in it. So the drawers, that's just currently bottle stoppers, and what's in there? I don't think there's anything in there yet. And the walnut racks and drawer front. This piece of walnut is just spectacular. And yeah, little cork bits on there. And yeah, dovetail corners, exact same construction as this one, minus the doors, basically. So, and the whiskey cabinet. And eventually, I want all of my shop furniture to be Douglas fir, red oak backs and door panels, and one walnut drawer and walnut accents and stuff. Do I have plans? No, I don't have any plans. I'm thinking I should start developing plans for things, because I get asked a fair bit for plans for my stuff. And I think that would be a nice thing to add as a value for people. Matthias has plans for everything. Yeah. Yeah, he does. But he also doesn't have a job. So it's easier for him. He doesn't have to do anything to make money. The money just comes to him now, and has for years. So he can spend his time in any way he wants, and the money just keeps coming anyway. So I'm not quite so fortunate. Do I use a jig for dovetails? Well, yes and no. I cut my dovetails in the Matt Cremona way of cutting dovetails. If you know how Matt Cremona makes dovetails. The jig that I use is an angled piece of wood with a little notch at the top that rides against the fence of my bandsaw. And it holds the board at an angle to the bandsaw, and I cut my dovetails by flipping the board around using this on my bandsaw. Somebody will be able to help me out. I did a fairly in-depth video on how I make my dovetails for my cabinets, but it was in one of the cabinet build videos. Might have been this one. Might have been the tool cabinet, which was a two or three part series, and it probably would have been the carcass. So part one of the tool cabinet series, I think, would have probably the most information on how I cut dovetails. Should have sent bigger pieces of cedar. Found out today Daryl Braun is going to pay for shipping the guitar to him. He's a good Canadian. Yeah. He also makes more money doing this than I do. He's got a ton. I didn't ever heard of him until you said you were making a guitar for him. He has like 700,000 subs or something. Dude's a superstar. I think he's got more subscribers than Crimson. He's doing well, that Canadian. Well, Matthias is Canadian too, and he's got millions. It is finished. I saw that it was done, and you messaged me that you got the electronics figured out. I'm excited for you that like somebody this huge is going to play your guitar on his huge show, and you're gonna be able to just make guitars from now on because you're gonna be inundated with orders. Nervous as hell. Yeah, I suppose that's kind of nerve-wracking, but you know that it's good. And what's he gonna like? The worst, he's Canadian, so the worst he's gonna say is I've played a better, like, you know, he's gonna be honest about how it is good. It's not the best guitar he's ever played, but man, it's certainly worth the whatever he charges and blah blah blah. Like, he's gonna be super nice about it. And it's also not everybody's cup of tea, too, right? Like, I mean, so, like, I personally don't want a rustic style of guitar, but I get the attraction to them. And some people love that shit. So, I don't know, like, and not to say that all of your guitars are rustic-looking guitars. That particular one was, because that's what he wanted. But I like your walnut-topped tellies, personally. But we've met me, and we know that I like walnut things. So not turning tonight, because now I'm just going. Made one for Keb Mo earlier this year. I don't know who that is either. I'm not a huge guitar guy anymore. Not since, I don't know when that kind of changed. No cherry bolt. Oh, Beckham really wants me to turn the cherry. It's on the lathe. Just not really feeling it, you know? I think it was the last minute run across town and back to get my tripod to have the show that just threw me off. No, all right, no bowl, so I'm gonna go fill a bowl with some food. All right, Marv, I'm disappointing people with my lack of turning, but yeah, I don't want to spin it and not be feeling it, and then something goes badly, and then yeah, it's like a $25 chunk of cherry. We've already established that I'm poor. Mike's been crushing too many beers. No, this is the first one. But yeah, let's do do another. Let's do another giveaway. All right, we'll give away this used tack cloth, but you have to pay for shipping. Anybody want this used tack cloth that was used in the Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff shop? You pay for shipping, and we'll enter you in the draw. Oh yeah, Beckham wants to do a giveaway because he wins the damn giveaway. I think he's only won 2, 3 maybe of the giveaways. My other Canadian friend isn't charging me for shipping. I told you, he's not poor. I'm not poor either. I shouldn't say I'm poor. I just don't make a ton of money for back to work yet or full-time woodworking. I've been working. I've never been full-time woodworking. I do 20 hours a week as the programming education coordinator at the art gallery here. And then I pick up some other little sort of freelance contracts here and there, and then fill the rest of my time with woodworking and video production and commission work and stuff like that. So I've filled in I work far more hours since I went to part-time work than I used to work when I was working full-time, but I like all of my jobs more, so it's fun. I love Mike's truck, the bigger, more expensive version of mine. My truck or Mike Bennett's truck? Like, are you talking about his little RC, his pretend trucks, or my actual truck, or his actual truck? Oh, my Titan. I've got a bigger, more expensive truck than you. You got a bigger, more expensive bandsaw and lathe, and I don't know what you're rocking for a table saw. But it seems like everything that I have, you have like the next step up of. Delta 36 25 DT2. That's the other one that I was looking at when I went with the rigid, I think. That's the Delta version of the table saw that I bought. I think it's like their hybrid one, right? When you're listening and streaming from 3 devices. All right, we got big screen TV and then we got 2 phones. Or get them watch hours up. Everybody click that thumbs up button? No, probably not, because I bailed on my turning. You returned a rigid to get that one. Oh, geez. What was wrong with it? You get the 4512? Or was the 4520 out yet? Because I've heard the 4520 is a step down for rigid. Beer. From what I understand, if I was in that price range for a table saw now, I would probably have picked the Delta as well. The Laguna F1 is just a little bit more. If I was in the $7,000 to $1,000 price range on a table saw now, I probably would find another $100 and get the F1 from Laguna. The table was warped and the fence was terrible. Job site on a scissor stand. Oh, the job site one on the stand. Okay, yeah. I do not have to go far for the beer. Oh, I should have gone and got a beer while Jax was here. Fail. Fail. That's all right. We'll get them next time. Oh, thanks for coming again, everybody. Sorry I'm not feeling the turning thing. I don't have a Lily hypothetical question either. Bought a saw stop because I'm getting old and I don't want to lose your fingers. Yeah. And if you can, I mean, Saw stop is a no-brainer if you can find the money for the saw stop. I would have, like, when I upgraded this table saw to this table saw, I was using the money that I made from profits from this. Like, it was after I determined that I was only using shop profits to increase the shop. So this show is going off the road. No turning, no questions. This show is terrible. I know. Yeah. The job site pro last year for 1,700. Okay, so the fold down, fold under saw stop 1,700. Okay, that's 17 American. So 22, 23, something like that here. It's too hot to turn there. Where are you, King B? Do I know where you are? I don't know if we've ever established where in the world King B is. Projects on the go. Products stand for Carbotech. Resonant burl coasters. Color pen. Oh, Chili's in production mode. Coloring pencil gear shifter is a cool project. Resin pen blanks. Are you making me resin pen blanks? You gonna send them up this way? Scott is crushing it, right? Okay, King B's in SoCal. Yeah, you can't have a full-size saw in 100 or a saw in 160 square foot shop. I agree. I probably shouldn't have a full-size saw in my one-car garage, but I make it work. Mike wanted me to show off something from the shelf. Which one do we want to talk about? Somebody pick a thing off the shelf and we'll talk about it. Happy to talk about stuff on the shelf. That one. Oh. Well, that one doesn't come off because it's glued on. It's the flash symbol. Did you sign your own wall? No, I didn't. Well, sort of, yes. Sort of. It's a decal that I had made when I was making cajones. I was making hand drums. That's the symbol for hand drum, apparently. And I was gonna go into business making hand drums, and so I had a bunch of decals made with my signature that I was going to put on the faces of the cajones. And I think I got about maybe 40 or so of them printed, and then I made like 4 more and stopped. So I've got a bunch of those. You want one? I'll send you one. Still gotta get stickers made of the actual new logo. I didn't have the cajones to go into the drum business. That's true. I did actually go into the drum business. I sold. I made. I'll send you a sticker, Paul. You want a Mike Davies signature sticker? I'll send you one. I gotta find them. I don't know where they are, but I'll send you one. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I made a Facebook page for them and everything, and like I sold, I don't know, half dozen, 10 maybe. But it was just kind of like, once you've made some of them, it didn't. I could sell them, but I wasn't into making them anymore. So like, I'll still make them if somebody wants one. But I'm not gonna like keep some in stock. Actually, that's not true. I think I probably still have 3 or 4 in the back room. Mike Bennett's got one. I gave him one for his birthday one year. Yeah. They're a fun project. I should probably, that was before I started YouTube that I was doing those. I should do one on YouTube sometime. Make a cajon. People would enjoy that. Yeah. It's a good idea. I should be writing this stuff down. We come up with good ideas on this show. Well, sometimes. Sometimes not so much. Oh, yeah, everybody hitting that thumbs up button? It's important for some reason. Still, I get a kick out of people that make sure you're subscribed. I guess it's like, I mean, the research is there that says that when you ask people to do stuff, they'll do it. And if you don't, they won't. So I guess it makes sense. No, you can't. I'm not sending it to you if you're going to hang it beside a Matthias sticker. You can put it over the Matthias sticker. That'd be cool. It has been a while since you've been here, Longerbean. How did the guitar turn out? Did I ever post a pic of the finished product? I posted a video series of making the guitar. And then we played it for like an hour one night out here on the show. I could go get it. As a dedicated subscriber. He is actually. He is quite a dedicated subscriber, okay? He missed those ones. Shut up. I could go get it. You want me to get it? Kind of don't feel like it. He did miss that 6 months chunk of time. No. He only missed the last bit. Because he was definitely here. Because he bought a bowl that I turned on the live show. Like when St. Patrick's Day. He bought the St. Patrick's Day bowl. So he was definitely around for the building of the guitar. He just missed the end of it. Shut up. He did lament me walking by all the free turning wood in the vid. Yeah. You can't take that wood. They'll arrest you. They take their provincial parks very seriously up here. It's like I said, it's been a while. Yeah, that's okay. Come in, leave, come in, whatever. As long as you keep coming back. Eventually. Graduations, moving, renovations. You moving? You moved? Longerbeam is in, hold on, let me think. Wisconsin, Minnesota. How close are you to the sawmill of the Netflix series in Canada, Harvesting Trees? Oh, I don't watch TV. Sawmill of the Netflix series in Canada, Harvesting Trees. So the series is called Harvesting Trees? We do harvest a lot of trees. The only show that I know that would be sort of like that is the one where they build log houses, and that's in Williams Lake. That's in the interior. That's closer to Marv. But this is a different show. Oh, Virginia. Damn it. Who am I thinking of that's in Wisconsin, Minnesota area? I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe Fearsome Warrior? Sorry. I can't remember everything. I have this huge fan base. I can't remember everybody. Don't recall the title. Well, I mean, you'd have to look up. If you looked up what it's called and where the show happens, then I can tell you how close they are to me. They show maps. They're in Canada. Okay, well, Canada's huge, dude. They're probably in BC. Moved with in-laws to help them as they were older. Added an addition and gutted their house. Nice. That's good work. I'll check and be back. All right, bye, Misfit. We'll see you after you find out where they make this wood harvesting show. I want to guess it's probably in the interior someplace. I don't know of any. I know of most of the film projects that happen on Vancouver Island. I don't recall hearing about that one. We had a Jason Momoa series filmed here a little while ago. Apple TV one. C, I think it was called. This has gone to Check Canada looking for the show. No, he can't come in. Oh, he can come in. We can't go that way. They can come this way. We can't go that way. Right? I don't know. It's filmed on Vancouver Island? Huh. Well, okay then. I don't know it. You had a Jason Momoa series there in a couple years ago too? It might have been the same series, just like different parts of it. Was it C? Because yeah, it would have been 3-4 years ago probably that he was here doing that. Called Big Timber. And it's filmed on Vancouver Island. Okay, whereabouts? Because that's cool. If it's called Big Timber, I want to say it's probably southern Vancouver Island. Maybe northern Vancouver. It's not in the middle. It's not anywhere close to me. Series here was called Frontier. Okay. Never heard of it. Yeah, C was filmed here. Strathcona Park. Actually, they filmed a bunch of C right nearby where I filmed my walkabout part of my final guitar video. They were in that river valley. Didn't watch it? Yeah, I didn't watch it either. I don't have Apple TV, so. They did a big like opening night screening at the local theater and stuff for it, and I didn't go. Honestly, I didn't really care. It seemed like an interesting show, but I wasn't all like, "Oh, Jason Momoa" or anything. Oh, 48 minutes of just hanging out. This is cool. Let's just hang out. I don't have any questions. I don't have any. Nobody picked a thing to talk about from the shelf. Bennett, you brought it up. What do you want me to talk about from the shelf? Whoa. Or we could not. It's good. I could just go get another beer from way over there. Near Calista Mountain. That's not going to help. I don't know the names of all the mountains. I'm not in the logging industry. Maybe if I was in the logging industry, I might know the name of the mountain. Well, I probably would know that show happened. If I was in the logging industry. It's weird that I'd never heard of a logging show that's filmed on Vancouver Island. Isn't that weird? Bennett, did you know that there's a logging show filmed on Vancouver Island? He's actually in the wood industry. Maybe this is a thing that everybody knew except me. I don't know. I don't watch shows, really. So. We talked about how I started watching Parks and Rec. And that was pretty funny, but then I kind of just stopped. Because I don't watch shows. I have a hard time justifying the time spent watching shows when I could be doing something else that's more productive than that. Like drinking beer on YouTube. Which is in what way more productive? Near Port Alberni. Okay. So on the west coast, south, middle, south. Yeah, we go south to the middle and we go out to the west, and you're in Port Alberni. And that makes sense. That's would be why I've never heard of it, because I don't pay attention to Port Alberni. Know about Momoa's, yeah, but Momoa's wasn't a movie, it was a TV show. It was an Apple TV. And it was filmed in Strathcona Park. The Planet of the Apes was filmed here, yes. Eaters of the Dead was filmed here, yes. Final Destination was the parts of Final Destination. The Sonic the Hedgehog highway scene was filmed between here and Courtney. 13th Warrior was filmed in that same river valley that C was filmed in. There's a few more. We get some filming. We're pretty here. We get some filming. Beer. But it's usually like there are some scenes that were filmed here. We don't usually get like full-on productions. Trailer Park Boys was filmed in Halifax. Yeah, that's a thing. I think C, like most of C, was filmed in Strathcona Park. At least something good comes out of Canada. Hey! Hey-o! Yeah, and all of your comedians. 13th Warrior was the same movie as Eaters. Oh, right. Eaters of the Dead was the production name. But it turned into 13th Warrior. And Matthias also. And this Paul's guitar guy comes from Canada. And most of the comedians that are funny in the States. We're not gonna have a fisticuffs over country allegiances. I gotta go pick up your winning lottery ticket. All right. You don't need a winning lottery ticket, Paul. You're about to win the guitar, the Luthiery lottery. But okay. Momoa has been in several good things that aren't necessarily popular. He seems like a super good dude. Like, and I haven't seen him in too much stuff because he's not really in stuff. I mean, other than Aquaman, and I never did watch Game of Thrones because I read the books like a dozen times, and I was like, I don't want to watch somebody else's vision of Game of Thrones when I have my own in my head. Didn't stop me watching Lord of the Rings a ton of times, though. Yeah, why is that? Why did I not watch Game of Thrones? I don't remember. Maybe I was at the point where I was starting to stop watching shows, just overall in general, when Game of Thrones was on. I don't remember why I didn't watch Game of Thrones. Because I don't have HBO. That's true. But I did have HBO for a while because I watched The Newsroom. And that was an HBO. But yeah, I couldn't justify keeping HBO around because it was expensive for not very much content. Did you listen to stuff? No, I have not listened to Saskadelphia yet. One Way and Veritas, both from Canada, also, yes. We're just going to talk about all that's great about Canada. 3 down football. Oh, speaking of football, my Ducks beat Ohio State University today. For the first time in program history. My Ducks beat Ohio State University today. And after it was opening, if you don't watch college football, last week was atrocious. We squeaked by Fresno State in our opening day, our opening game. And I was like, oh, it's going to be one of those years where we just, ugh. And I was like, oh, great, we have Ohio State next week. So we're going to get beat like 64-9. Can't really get 9 points in American football. But you get my point. We beat Ohio State today. For the first time in program history. It was awesome. Drove into Canada to watch Lord of the Rings at Colossus Theatre. I don't know where Colossus Theatre is. I'm guessing probably Vancouver. Or Surrey or somewhere. You don't watch college football, but you have a Ducks hoodie because your friend is a professor. He's a professor at UG? Nice. I get him to send me some stuff. Because I do watch. Actually, I don't really watch college football anymore. I pay attention to what's happening in college football. And I watch when I can. But it's like, I don't have TV. So I watch online or like I watch highlights. But if this is another year that my Ducks are doing well and they make the playoff, it's a new playoff system that has been developed over the last few years. You're in the national championship 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago. And they got beat by Ohio State University. I just realized the last time the Ducks played Ohio State was in the national championship in 2014. I think that's the last time they played. And there was a terrible football game, and I was very upset. You watch the NFL? I wish I watched football still, but no time for college ball. I used to get my parents to record bowl season for me, and I'd send them the schedule of when the games were happening and on what channels, and they would record VHS videotapes full of bowl season football games. It's really off the rails now, Monster Energy. He's talking about historical college football. Yes, a little bit. I've always rooted for the University of Washington. I have a Washington University friend of mine. He's a big Huskies fan. They're going to suck this year. It's another good program. All the Pac-12, I'll cheer for the Pac-12. The Seahawks can suck it. Yeah. Cardinals fan as well. So if I was not a Cardinals fan, I would also cheer for the Seahawks. But can't. I mean, you can't cheer for division rivals. Can't. Yeah. I have to hope that the Seahawks suck all the time. And unfortunately, most of the time they don't. It's okay, nobody cares. Nobody else cares about football. I should stop talking about football. Seattle has the coolest name for an NHL team. Yeah, that's probably true. Niece got a scholarship to UW. Nice. What's the scholarship for? To play sports? Like full ride? That'd be cool. Full ride university scholarship to a D1 school. It's worth a ton of money. I think Bennett left. I think a lot of people left. They're like, this dude he's just gonna sit here and drink beer and talk. Yeah, yeah, I am. And now, I mean, it's already up on the lathe. So I'm gonna turn it tomorrow and I'll make a video of me turning that cherry bowl for the channel. Because it's already up there. I need to get it turned before I start pouring epoxy, and because after I pour epoxy, I can't do dust. So I'll turn it tomorrow. I'll record it. Oh, I can't. I got to work tomorrow. Damn it. Monday? Maybe? I don't know. I'll turn it before I start the epoxy process. And then I'll record it. It'll be a video for the channel. I still have like 2 videos recorded. Well, 3 now with the lathe tool cabinet. I have 3 videos backed up in the queue in terms of having recorded them. That'll be 4. Epoxy will be 5. God, I just don't have there's not enough time in the world. I don't have enough time to like make and film woodworking projects and edit and process YouTube woodworking projects and do my job and do fucking contract work. There's not enough time in the world. I need a free I was going to say I need to hire an editor, but I need to hire that person for $0. If anybody wants to do volunteer work editing my videos, you get in touch. That sounds like a great time, doesn't it? But just I'll give you all of my clips and you can make them into videos. Exposure bucks. There you go. I'll give you credit at the bottom. Edited by. Just don't have enough time. Because everything I need to be doing when I'm not working, I don't know. And family, yeah, once in a while I would like to I can try to see my family. Can you imagine how they'd turn out? Well, I would have to have some sort of oversight. I mean, like, you couldn't just like, here's your video and then I put it up on YouTube. Or like I have to watch it for the first time once it's up on YouTube. No, there would be some oversight. It'd be great work for an intern. Yes, I need an intern. Oh, actually, I do technically have a business, but I don't like the idea of unpaid work. I just don't agree with unpaid internships in general. If it's at least for like university credit, I could maybe see justifying, but no. You can make the blooper reel. Man, the blooper reel would be enormous. I actually thought about trying to go through and getting all of the blooper reel type clips and making one. There's just so many, and they're all just in files somewhere. Like, fucking terabytes of MPEGs that are just like, you best of luck finding the one where the router bit comes up through the, or whatever. Yeah. They're learning and getting experience as their pay. Yeah, sometimes. But there's unpaid internships in various industries as well, where it's like you're just a slave to the people who actually get paid to work there, and you're not getting any learning or like experience in that industry. You're going on coffee runs and you're doing all the crap work that nobody else wants to do, and that sucks. That's garbage. Oh, Oh. It's, just here you go soapboxing again about unpaid internships this time. It's too bad this got all cracked. This one's, oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. Just, oh, now we're just gonna watch him smell his wood. Oh, that sounded. Yeah, but I'm not gonna have him do that. That's true. I would love to have an intern edit my videos and I could teach them video editing. Well, they would learn video editing in school, hypothetically, and then they would go out into the world and practice it. And yeah, they could do some of that for me. That'd be great. I just do not have the time. I'm the worst YouTuber. Did an unpaid internship for culinary school in 91. Damn, you're old. Oh, God, I'm funny. School credits, got AAS in computer network engineering. Nice. You're not old. You're experienced. You have lived wisdom. And I can't say that shit anymore either because I'm getting old too. We're all getting old. Somebody just pulled into my driveway. I don't know who. It's not going to be supper because they pull up on the street. There was a knock at the door. It's the Bergens. It's one of the Bergenses. Yeah, some gray in your beard. Yes, indeed. Yeah, like some YouTuber, you know. Yeah, I got a little bit popping through there, yeah. Oh. Is everybody okay with this type of show? I mean, you're still here. So I guess. It's not butter chicken delivery. They pull up on the sidewalk and they come and they just drop it on the door, and then you get a message on your phone that says your food is sitting in front of your door. It's not the FBI because I'm in Canada, so it would be CSIS. Hanging is cool too. Yeah, hanging is cool. I agree. It feels weird to be like hosting a show where I don't do anything and I just like sit here. Neighbor just dropped off a 1 to 10 scale Yeti cooler for you. Oh, for your RC trailer, like a little cooler for the box of the truck. I still think that you should be getting Sept to 3D print you a bunch of cool stuff for your. Like, why aren't you sending him files to print stuff for you? Because then he can practice his printing and you can be getting stuff. This sounds like a perfectly good tradesies. So that's making you an overlanding trailer. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But weren't you already in the middle of making a trailer? And you had, like, you made your own, like, springs and I thought it was going well. The hell happened? Oh, did your deck delaminate? Because is that why I tuned up your plane for you? Mike came by to hang out while I was out in the shop earlier this week, and he brought his rundown hand plane, and I tuned it up for him because he wants to be able to make tighter glue joints. And unfortunately, it was one of those ones, like, I think I was talking to Misfit on one of these shows about how, like, there are some planes that you can only get to the level of functional, and Mike's was one of those. And it took some work, and it made shavings when I was done with it, but not much more than that. So, I don't know. Maybe Mike, actually, you know what you should do? You should buy one of my many planes off of me for what I paid for it, and we'll tune it up. Because I buy planes that you can make into good planes with some work. And we could do that to one of them. The plane isn't working very well. I know, dude. It was working adequately when it left, but barely. It's not a good plane. Yeah, I'm sure I have an extra number 5 that we can tune up for you, and you can give me the $25 or whatever that I paid for it, and we'll get you a better plane. It's not going to be that one, though. That one's in rough shape. Maybe. God. Yeah. Ugh. No, probably not that one. I've got a plane somewhere that we can tune up and get working for you. Beer time. Oh, one more maybe. And then we'll wrap it up, I think. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I should not have put up the poll saying I was going to turn something. Because now it feels like I'm not a man of my word anymore. Said I was going to turn a thing after people voted on it, and then they voted on it, and then I just didn't. I can't start now on my 4th beer. The poll didn't go his way, so I bailed on it. No, the poll actually did go my way. I was kind of hoping for Cherry out of those two, because at least I'm familiar with Cherry. And it cuts beautifully, and it sands beautifully, and it finishes beautifully. And I know what I'm in for when I put Cherry up on the lathe. So, yeah, that's incorrect. It was not a matter of the poll not going my way. Thanks, though. Yeah, I guess we all do have those days where just plans kind of crumble. It was the tripod thing. I'm sure it was, because I was geared up. I was at work today thinking I should probably put a post up that says, no, it was last night. It's like, I should probably put the post up that says that this week's just going to be the hangout show, because I don't really feel like turning. But then I suddenly got the idea that I really do feel like turning. I should probably turn while I'm feeling like turning. And so I did. So I took a picture of 2 options, and then this morning I posted it thinking, okay, we're going to do a show after work tonight. But then when I got home and I set up the show, and then I had to run back to work to get my tripod to be able to do the show, it all just came crumbling down. And Should we go get a guitar? I don't know. It feels like I need to do something to like get my head out of this headspace that I'm in right now. Got a shot of Jack and some dirty bastard ale. Okay, that sounds delicious. I used the angle grinder with a flap disc to hog out a bowl shape from a blank. I can do better than a flap disc. I got a saber tooth carving disc. But I lost my, that's actually that's going to be one of, if not the end of this year, next year's resolutions is getting into power carving. Because I got some art ideas. But I lost the little 2-dealy thing that you can, on your angle grinder to get the disc off. I don't know where it is. So I got to go get a new one. I'm going to go get a guitar. Stay away from the chainsaw grinder thing. Yeah, you can damn well be sure that I'm going to stay away from the chainsaw grinder thing. The Lancelot or whatever it is, no interest in that at all. That's like bungee jumping. I don't like, why? You should record, Ken says you should record a turning, then on nights you don't feel like turning, you just play it back and do live commentary. Yeah, but that involves having like streaming software. I've actually thought about actually investing a little bit in a better live show system where I can do like camera angles. Like I could have a couple of GoPros in various places, and with a button I could shift things around, and then I could show other stuff like I'm talking about, like how most people do live shows, where it's an actual show where they can like put stuff up on the screen and talk about it or whatever. I can't do any of that because I'm just live on my phone, just hanging out. But if I ran it through a computer, had some cameras and some software, I could actually do a decent show. But I don't. Both Bergenses are here, or just the Gen one. Oh, sounds like whoever it is leaving. Guess I don't have guests after the show. I haven't seen Bergen though. Don't go getting too fancy. No, I don't want to get fancy. I just want to like do an actual like. It would be cool if I could say like, this is what I did this week, and then put up a clip of whatever. Like if I could show, somebody said like, oh, can you show your Dovetails cutting system? I can be like, yep, hold on a second. Go to that video, go to that section of me cutting dovetails. Like, this is how I cut my dovetails. And just have that go up and then be able to talk over it or whatever. That'd be cool. That would be of benefit. That would be additional value for people who bother to turn into this show. Turn into this show. You know what I mean. But I don't. Let's get a guitar. Feel like playing a couple of tunes and getting demonetized. I gotta dig around some stuff to get to my guitars right now, though. So you're gonna have to give me a couple minutes. Because literally, like, the room that my guitars live in has, throughout the pandemic, become the, like, we don't know where this lives, so let's just put it in here room. So give me a few minutes. I'm gonna go get my guitar. Oh, Megan's out. She's like, oh, he's gonna play guitar. See you later. I have a horse that had surgery that I got to work on before dark. Is it the one that stepped on your foot? Anyway, bye, Megan. I'm gonna play some Tragically Hip. I like seeing the turning in real time instead of sped up, and that's one reason you like the live stream. Well, unfortunately, that didn't happen tonight. I agree with you. I would much rather, like, when I watch turning, I like it being in real time too. But you can't expect that most people are gonna want to watch an hour-long video of turning. You tuned in late? Oh, okay. So if you tuned in late, we decided not to turn at all because I'm just really not in the right headspace for it. So I'm gonna go get a guitar instead. But I have to dig it out from behind a bunch of other stuff. So you have to bear with me for a few minutes while I go dig it out. We'll come back, we'll play a couple of tunes, and then we'll sign off. We've had a nice hangout. Maybe the tunes will sound okay. Chili and Kyla are getting there with their resin pour. All right, I'm going to do some resin pour this coming week, hopefully. I think the one that I want is in this case. Oh, hold on. And people are still here, just staring at the wall. Oh, we're talking about putting brakes on stuff. Right on. Okay. We're just hanging out. Yeah, that's the one I want. Malibu. I'm gonna need to go find a pick now. Hold on. Be right back. Well, it wasn't too bad. Okay. My pick container with the little magnets. Ugh. Don't want this case laying here like that. It's probably not in tune. It is kind of in tune. Oh, don't know what I'm gonna play. We're hanging out, we're having fun. Can't play Grace 2. We've had this discussion. I should learn it though for the next time you ask, and then I'll just start playing it. And you'll be like, oh my god. And I can't play Tragically Hip because then I'll get demonetized. Because even when I play Tragically Hip badly, I get copyright strike. Do need something to play though. Let's try this. Let's try this with the capo. I know how the song goes, Pinnell. Signs I ignored, and that help you not to hurt anymore. I saw brilliance when the world was asleep. We there, we can hide, we can see. If they say, who cares if one more light goes out? Sky, a million stars, flickers. Who cares if one more light goes out? When a moment is all we are, or quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. Reminders on the floor from your feet. One more chair in the kitchen than you need. Oh, and you're angry, and you should be. It's not fair. Just 'cause you you can't see it, don't mean it's not there. If they say, who cares if one more light goes out in the sky? A million stars flickers. Who cares if one more light goes out when a moment is all we are? Quicker! Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. I do. Well, I do. Because if one more light goes out in the sky, a million stars flickers. Cares if one more light goes out when a moment is all we are? Or quicker, cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. Well, I do. Had some trouble. Mrs. Wooden Things and Stuff says, I heard the guitar ran out of content now. I just about couldn't. The second verse was just missing. And then it came in. It just showed up. Didn't even have to take off the headset. That was well, I would hate to have people be like, okay, I'm done. Send one over here. Hold on, what's going on? Need to send you a free guitar to play. That's right. Canadians get free Waldrop guitars. That should be a thing. All Canadians have access to free Waldrop guitars. You just have to pay shipping. It's not quite in tune, is it? Do I know any Simon and Garfunkel? I do not. I don't think. I may have known Sound of Silence at one point, but not well enough to remember it at this point. No Bridge Over Troubled Waters. It wasn't in my, there wouldn't have ever been a reason to learn it. It wasn't in my sort of like frame, I guess. I was learning guitar in the mid-90s for people who liked music that was being made in the mid-90s. So yeah, no. Depeche Mode. That would be interesting. I don't think I know any Depeche Mode either. But honestly, I don't even remember what I know until somebody says something. Where'd you sleep last night? Where did you sleep last night? Oh, hold on. Hold on. This is a thing I might know. My girl, don't knock. I almost have it. E, D, C, hold on. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the ponds, where the sun don't ever shine. I would worry the whole night through. My girl, where did you go? I'm going where the old wind blows. In the ponds, where the sun don't ever shine. I would worry the whole night through. That's the wrong chord. That's this one. Is the wrong chord. I don't know what the chord is though. Where that missing chord is. B minor. It's B minor. Is it E minor or E major? I think it's E major. One in between there, BJ. What's the one in between there? It doesn't matter. We're just messing around now. Why are you still here? Staying in, gonna find another way. Yeah, not sit here in this misery. I don't think I'll ever know. See the sun again. Oh, I fade away. Look at me and say, they'll say, hey, look at him. I couldn't live that way. Well, that's okay. They're just afraid of change. You feel like ain't worth living. Got to stand up and take a look around. Oh, baby, look away to the sky. Oh, when your fears and thoughts are broken, keep on dreaming, boy. When you stop dreaming, it's time to die. Oh, as I fade away, they'll look at me and say, they'll say, look at him. How can you live that way? Life is hard. You have to change. When life is hard, you have to change. What? What? Where'd that come from? Random blind melon? What? I need a new beer. Random blind melon is going to start happening. What's that about? One more beer, maybe one more song, and then we'll call it. Oh, that's cedar. Just every now and then you just get a waft. It's rattling. Not a fan of that. I don't know. I need some ideas or requests or something. Tom Petty. Have to know something, Tom Petty. Have to. Might as well play No Rain. Nah, a little overdone. I'm trying to think if I know what Tom Petty. I know I knew Last Dance with Mary Jane at some point. I really don't want to play Free Fallin'. You went to high school with Tom Petty? You're old too. Oh, that's cool. It's so overdone. She's a good girl. And I'm not going to remember the words either, so it's going to suck. No, I don't want to do it because I'm going to fuck it up. I mean, I'm going to screw it up. And I'm going to be upset with myself. I sing Potato. I know I can't, I don't play during Potato, so I can't just sing it. You don't know how it feels. I may have known at one point as well. At one point, there were some Tom Petty songs that I knew. All I can say, my life is pretty plain. It's an A. No, it's E minor, E major, D. All I can say is that my life is pretty plain. You know, like my point of view, think that I'm insane. No, don't like my point of view. You think that I'm insane. It's not seen. It's not seen. It's not seen. It's not seen. All I can do is just pour some tea for two and speak my point of view, but it's not sane. It's inaccurate. It's inaccurate, but it's fine. Blind melon twice. Why do the puddles gather right? See, I'm so bad with lyrics. So bad with lyrics. And it also doesn't help that, like, all of the songs that I ever learned, like, I never played them. I never wanted to play them like those people played them. I would, like, sort of make them into my own versions of those songs to a point, like usually the same chords and stuff. But so then when I'm trying to recall them, I'm in this weird headspace between, like, the radio, how I would hear it on the radio and how I would hear it in my head when I used to play it, and then it just gets all messy. Down, I made some Bob Seger. That's a little early too. At one point I did learn, for some reason, what was it? Night moves. I learned night moves at one point for some reason. I don't remember why, but I'll never be able to remember right now. Turn a page. Oh, that's a good point. That's Bob Seger. That's, God, I'm so close to wanting to try to remember that. Metallica did it better. I think that's why I learned it, was because Metallica had a really good version of that song. It's gonna be another failure if I ended up actually finding the chords and trying it, though. Pretty sure it starts on an E. I have a binder somewhere with a ton of songs in it with chords and lyrics that I could just flip through. Nope. Gordon Lightfoot. No. Sorry. Sorry, no Gordon Lightfoot in the repertoire. I'm a terrible Canadian. I don't even know if there's any Bare Naked Ladies in the repertoire. That's a terrible Canadian. No, because there's lots of Tragically Hip to make up for it. There's no Rush, I don't think. There's probably no Our Lady Peace. Actually, that's not true. There was definitely an Our Lady Peace at one point. Which one was it? Oh, it's a bass song. It's Navid. Yeah, that was a good album. Our Lady Peace's first album was great. I think it's under-recognized in the musical world as being like a really good album. April Wine. Might as well go for sodas. Hold on. Jeff Healey was Canadian. Yeah. Do I seem like somebody's going to be able to pull off Jeff Healey? It's like asking why don't you just go over to the lathe and do some Ashley Harwooding? Sloan. There was a Sloan song in there at some point too. If you get drunk enough. Yeah. I don't know. We're at 2 hours all of a sudden. Play some Fred Penner. Yes, or some Raffi. Some Sharon, Lois, and Bram. Are any of these names ringing for people? Play some Body Fit. Some Dave and Joanne. Is that Joanne McLeod? What was the guy's name? Body Fit. Well, that was Body Break. We're off the rails again. I need some more ideas for songs, or we're just gonna have to shut this down because we're gonna start talking about old Canadiana that people don't care about, like the I can put my arm back on, you can't. Play Safe robot girl that was jumping around in the gears. Any Pearl Jam? Yeah, there's Pearl Jam in the repertoire. I'm gonna need more specifics though, because there's a lot of that. And I might actually be able to remember the words to it. If you could play your own theme song, what would it be? Al Johnson and Joanne McLeod. Yeah. My own theme song. We talked about theme songs or like wrestling entrance songs or something one week. It was a really hypothetical question. And I think I picked 50 Mission Cap. But I don't think I can play 50 Mission Cap. Nautical Disaster would be a good one. I do fall back on Nautical Disaster fairly frequently. Who asked for Pearl Jam? BJ? Anything Pearl Jam? That's not helpful. Oh. I've already played that one on the show. It's good though. Hold on. Should not have started playing that because that's going to piss me off now that I can't play that. I'm probably the only one that knows that. So don't get so pissed about it. That was not one of the popular Pearl Jam songs. I don't think that one ever even made the radio. I seem to recognize your face. All away. Hearts and thoughts, they fade, fade away. Hearts and thoughts, they fade, fade away. I swear I recognize your breath. Oh, memories like fingerprints, slowly raising. You will recall I'm not my father. It's all when you're stuck upon the shelf. I change by not changing at all. Small town predicts my faith. Perhaps that's what no one wants to see. Well, I just wanna scream hello. Oh my God, it's been too long. Never dreamed you'd return, but now here you are. Here I am. Hearts and thoughts, they fade away. Oh, hearts and thoughts, they fade, fade away. Hearts and thoughts, they fade, fade away. Hearts and thoughts, they fade away. Hearts and thoughts, they fade, fade away, fade away. That came out pretty good, actually. That came out pretty good, actually. My fingers are starting to hurt, though. I don't play guitar enough. Anybody still here? 2 hours in. He's just drinking beer and playing guitar now. I think we might think about shutting it down. Maybe you need nylon strings. I would love to have a classical style guitar that has nylon strings on it. Drunk enough not to be chased off. Perfect. So you guys should do every week is you should start drinking at 4:30 my time. So that when I show up at 5:35, 5:38, whenever, you're ready to just be cool with whatever happens. You build me a classical? Sounds like a lot of work for somebody with not nearly the reach that Buddy O in Ontario has. $1962, you got an old silver tone. Nice. My favorite guitar to play when I lived back in college, when I lived in a townhouse with a couple other guys. One of them, Dave, who shows up on this show once in a while, had a nylon string classical guitar, and that was always my favorite because they were like, they were wide, they were far apart, so I didn't have to worry about muting things. There was lots of room between the strings, and they were soft and gorgeous. Alex Gilmore, welcome. Never seen that name before, I don't think. Welcome to the show. This is not a typical episode of this show, by the way. Matthew Goodband. Oh, nice. Oh. That's a terrible idea. Don't do that. Don't try this. Say hello. Can you imagine if I tried that? Apparition. Oh. Let's kick it. I've been a follower for a long time. Really dig your work. I appreciate that. I also dig my work. Sometimes not so much. Sometimes I make garbage. Some of his best work. Some of his best work is when he's just trying to figure out if he knows how to play a song on the guitar. Say hello. Apparitions ain't gonna happen. I miss my heart, miss my lungs. Be what you wanna be, watch what you wanna see, kill for fun. Gotta be an opera rope, got some need up some hope. Got a machine, only takes quarters. New age soldier, everybody's alright. Everybody's automatic. I don't know. I have no idea how that goes. I'm just making that up. I totally was just making that up. Can I play MXPX? No, I was not really. I was never really into punk. That's not entirely true. There were some parts of punk that I was into. I never got into MXPX. Am I even thinking of the same things? Speaking of time bombs. I don't even know if that was in the right place. That was kind of like it though. It was close to that. It was something like that. We're gonna have another beer because I'm having fun again. This show picks me up. Like whatever is going on, doing this show picks me up. By the way, this is my 50th live stream in 1 year. September 11th last year is when I started doing my weekly videos, my weekly live streams. And I went back and I counted. And this is the 50th one since I started doing weekly videos. So in 52 weeks, I've done 50 live streams with you guys joining me here in my garage. I missed 2. And they were both because I was at markets selling stuff that I make here on the show with you guys. That's a thing. Like, that's super cool. That I hung out with my new friends, many of which I have never met. And 50 times over 52 weeks, we have hung out together and made stuff and had fun and had conversations and made music. That's fucking rad is what that is. I would never, could you imagine thinking a couple of years ago, I would never have thought, one day you're going to just be hanging out in your shop with your phone on, talking to a bunch of people that want to hang out with you over the internet while you muck around in your guitar, in your garage, and play on your guitar and spin stuff on the lathe and play Blind Melon and Deep Blue something. Like, what? Crazy. But I would not trade it for anything. You guys are the best. Cheers to that. Megan made it back. How's the horse? I'm out of songs. No, I'm not. I'm never out of songs. Enjoy your approach to woodworking and your dedication to doing a great job. I have dedication to learning. I wouldn't say I have dedication to doing a great job. I am dedicated to continuing to try. That's what I'm dedicated to. But I appreciate it. Totally gonna get copyrighted tonight. This one is getting flagged for sure. Because a couple of these were okay. Yellow Ledbetter. This is a perfect, Yellow Ledbetter is a perfect song because I'm not even sure that Eddie knows the words to Yellow Ledbetter. They change every time. I don't think he ever even wrote them down. Then he just goes, hey, can you see out on the porch? But they don't see that round the front way. And I know I don't want to see. Right? Question for the audience. Who here has seen Pearl Jam play a live show? That's going to get flagged. Anybody else seen Pearl Jam live? I managed to finally see them live during Lightning Bolt tour. So, a dozen years ago-ish. It was the first and only time that I've seen Pearl Jam live, and I cried like a little baby. It was super emotional because I didn't think I was ever going to get to. And then it's just like, you know how there's some music, there's some art, there's something in your life that just makes this huge, enormous emotional impact on like who you are and who you have become as a person. And that was Pearl Jam for me. Like if there's an artist who like changed the direction of the way that I developed into being who I've become, it's Pearl Jam. BJ wants more Pearl Jam. BJ, what's the first line? Why can't it? That sucks. She lived on a curve. Okay. Lived on a curve in the road. An old Todd paper shack. On the south side of the town. On the long side of the track. I was on the way to town, would say, Mama, can we stop and give her a ride? Sometimes we did, but her hands flew from her side, wild-eyed, crazy Mary. Parsons place in an old blue car we used to race. Little country store with a sign tied to the side said no Loiteringa loud. Underneath that sign always congregated quite a crowd. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it here around. One night, thunder cracked my seat back outside the windowsill. Dreamed I was flying high above the street, over the hill, down to the house, Mary. There was newspaper covered wall, Mary rising up above it all. One night, thunder cracked my seat back outside the windowsill. Nope, did that already. That's it. That's all I got. I got nothing. I screwed it up. Later, Bennett. What, 2 hours is enough of this for you? He's got truck stuff to go do. He's got to go fix his RC trucks. He can't focus because this music is too distracting. Yeah, Pearl Jam was really a really big impact on me. I wish I could actually play that. Because that's a really good song. That's an underrated album by Pearl Jam. No Code was an underrated Pearl Jam album. No, we're losing people. I think it might just be a time to get it shut down. 8. There's only 80 you left. According to... That number lies to me. That's probably lots, though. We didn't even do anything. But I do appreciate you all coming to this. I needed this week, apparently. I didn't know going into this show that I needed this tonight. But apparently I did, because I feel a hell of a lot better. I didn't even know that I wasn't feeling very good. Like, I didn't know that I was having a tough day until I realized how much better my day got. And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? She said, I think I remember the film. All I think both kind of liked it. And I said, well, that's one thing we got. Feel like you want to play Fiddler's Green and just completely have just the... Well, I probably have already demonetized the video. Fingers hurt so much. I've not played this much guitar in one sitting in 2 years, probably. I don't know. God, hurts. My fingers hurt so much. How can you see like the ridges and stuff in there? I'm gonna try for you guys. September 17. Girl, I know it's Mother's Day. Sun's gonna be, and that's where he will stay. Wind on a weather day, tear and blue-eyed sailor me falls down sings sorrowful refrain. Boy, fiddler scream. It's tiny not his heart. I guess it never worked too good. Timber tore apart, and the water gorged the wood. Can hear her whispered breath. A melody mouse that always lean. Same when they move her head. There's a boy through Fiddler's Green. Oh, nothing's changed anyway. No, nothing's changed anyway. Oh, anytime today. Balloons all filled with nope. Yeah, I was doing so well. God, that last verse, really? Last time I screwed up like the second verse. This time I got 3/4 of the way through it. He doesn't know a soul. There's nowhere that he. No, that's not it. Is it? Sorry. Ah, that's disappointing. It was going really well. Doesn't know a soul. There's nowhere that he's really been. But he won't travel alone. Not on Fiddler's Green. Balloons all filled with rain. Searing blue-eyed sailor queen. False down sings a sorrowful refrain. For a boy, Fiddler's Green. Okay, so we'll just cut out that part where I get pissed off at myself. We splice those two outside parts together. I'll get my editor. That's what'll happen. I'll get my editor to splice those things together. Can't on the live show though. my intern. My fingers hurt so much, but this was therapeutic, and I didn't know how much I needed this until it happened. After the show, I might just keep playing. Million miles away. I tried to learn the Kyla Scott Foo Fighters song that they wanted me to learn. And I did, in fact, learn it, but I don't remember what it was. Million miles away, can see you in the distance, to whom it may return. Think I lost my way. Learning to walk again. I can see it waited long enough. Where do I begin? Learning to talk again. I can see I waited long enough. Where do I begin? You aren't the only one who needed this, dog. Yeah. We all need things. Glad it relaxed you. Now get your ass fixing that stool. That's super mean. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. My fingers hurt. I have to bid you adieu. We're 2.5 hour long live show, and we didn't do anything. That's not true. We did things. We engaged with each other. We played some music. We talked about some stuff. It was a perfectly adequate show. And it deserved 2.5 hours. No. Well, it's good. No, it was a good day. That was a good show. It helped a lot. I don't know. I honestly, I didn't know that I wasn't feeling up until this show made me feel up. We didn't even talk about the federal leadership debate. It's true. We didn't talk about politics at all. We had a little fight with the Americans. But only in fun. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Fantastic. That was that might have been my favorite non-project show. I appreciate you guys coming for it. Bye for now. We'll see you next week for maybe some turning.